welcome to another episode of Salty Country. It's Friday evening. We just had a rain event roll through. I was hoping to beat it this evening and get out here and cut the grass beforehand, but it rained about the time I got home. So let it wait for a little while, and then I got out here on the lawnmower, but I'll have to clean the mower deck out for sure because it's got wet grass packed under it. We've accomplished a lot of things on the farm since the last episode. Me and my son got the auger out of the crate, got it all set up. I got the 12-inch auger on it, and we went out to the driveway where we're going to put up the 20-foot gate, the ornamental metal gate. We went out there and we measured and drilled 2 holes out there. This thing worked great. And Melody had gotten me a flagpole a couple Christmases ago, and I just wasn't sure where I was going to put it because I've been doing so much cleanup around here, taking down trees and all that kind of stuff. I didn't want it to be in the way of cleaning up after I got rid of trees. So anyway, a couple days later, I got in from work and I had cut a 12-inch piece of pipe. I went down in my trash pile, is what I kind of call it, in the pastures, where things that are kind of useful that go down there, and some scrap stuff goes down there until I get enough scrap. Then I'll get a dumpster and make one pull, and hopefully the scrap metal pays for the pull of the dumpster stuff, or significantly helps on the price. So that's what I got. I got some pipe stored down there. I happen to have a 12-inch piece of pipe, cut it, and we'll take a look at the flagpole and what we did with it. All right, so here's what I did. I still got to pack a little bit around the edge of the pipe, but this is the best way to put in a flagpole, and I'll explain why. The flagpole itself came with a sleeve on it, and the sleeve was 18 inches long. So I cut this pipe 22 inches long. I put a piece of a solid brick in the bottom so I could set the pole base and the sleeve, the pole and the sleeve on that solid brick. And then we filled it in. I had a level on it. My son poured the sand in it for me. And here it is. Nice and plumb. All right. You may go, why did you not go ahead and pour that with concrete? Well, the big flagpoles that we put up at different jobs that we do typically has a sleeve concreted in that sticks up maybe an inch above. They usually have concrete around them. It usually sticks up about an inch above the concrete so water can't run in that area. But those poles are usually 6-inch base diameter, so they're huge poles, and they're probably 30 foot or so tall. And we've always set them with sand. And the reason being is if you ever need to move it, or it gets out of plumb or anything like that, you bring a shop vac out here, you vacuum out that sand, you plumb it back up, fill it back full of sand, and it's back plumb, or you can move it. So that's the reason behind that. The best way to put a flagpole in. definitely use a sleeve and sand. right, let's talk shop electrical for just a minute. I told everyone I would keep you informed about the shop cost. Got the shop wired. The material, $2,500, somewhere in that neighborhood, and $2,000 to have it all installed. It cost me $200 to have them to run my power underground from the pole, which is probably 40 feet away to the meter base. But yeah, shop's wired, plenty of light. I'll share a video of the two. I gotta still get out here and adjust these two lights that I have on the porch. But I have 6 of these lights inside. They're I think a 15 LED equivalent to 1500 watt or something. I forget the lumens they have, but they light this thing up. The inside of the shop is like day, brighter than day in there at night. And so when I go in there, I'll be able to see at night very well. I have 2 lights at the door that just light up that end of the shop. So if I'm going in there, if I need a tool, I can go in there and grab it. I don't have to turn all the lights on in the shop every time I walk in there. Those provide enough light that you can walk throughout the whole shop and see what you need to see, unless you're working under something or on something, then you can just turn them all on. But I'll share after a while what this looks like when it gets dark and we turn on just 2 of these lights out here.